Welcome to Muscle Maintenance with InShape Fitness. I'm Kim Watkins, your trainer for November 30th. Today's the last day of November. Coincidentally, it's the last day of the week and the last day of this series, our level 5 higher difficulty level workout. But rest assured, if you're doing this workout and you have less ability, if you're not sure if you can do a level 5 workout, just hang with me here. We're going to talk about the way that you can step backwards through the different components of the week, different levels of difficulty that we've done all week long. So don't turn me off. Just stand up straight for me. Let's get you warmed up with our 2 warm-up moves. We're going to march in place for 30 seconds, starting now. Get your back straight. Get your shoulders back. Tuck in your tailbone and engage those tummy muscles. Now lift your knees up, one at a time, obviously, and swinging your arms forward and back. Very good. Very nice. Start developing a bit of a rhythm in terms of your breath. You've got 10 more seconds, and we're going to add a shoulder press. The point of this move is, of course, to get some blood flowing in your body, get you warmed up a little bit, and get your breathing pattern in a rhythm so that you can stay in control as things get a little more interesting. A little more impact. Then add the shoulder press, by the way. Go ahead and press up with your hands in a nice controlled fashion, up through the shoulders, extending your arms up over your head, and then pull back down. Keep control. You really don't want to just let gravity do some work and kind of flail about, if that is an expression that's grammatically possible. You've got a couple more seconds. We are going to start with the same 6 moves that we've been doing all week. So if you've been with me all week, you know that the first move is jumping jacks. We're going to do these jacks. We're going to do the lighthouse. We're going to do a lunge, chair squat, and then we'll be on the floor for 2 moves. And we'll do this set twice and be done hopefully around 14 minutes. Okay, so let's start with those jacks. Now today we're doing plyo jacks, which basically means that you're in a squat doing your jumping jacks the entire time. So give it a try. You want to make sure that you squat down with your weight shifted to your heels, though you're still jumping and landing as lightly as possible, and your arms are bent, and you're not going to reach up and touch at the top with your hands. Okay, so let's go. 30 seconds is going now. And if you can't stay in the squat the entire time, again, you can go back to power jacks, which was yesterday's move. So those are double time, moving as quickly as possible, just like you should be doing today, as fast as you can, though you're going to obviously be slowed down a little bit by the position of your legs. And even if you have to go all the way back to half jacks or standard jumping jacks from earlier in the week, totally fine. Just move. You've got, 7 seconds here. Keep it going. Keep breathing. Really focus on taking that breath in and exhaling as well. Okay, now I want you to stabilize your body weight on your right leg and slowly, very slowly, bend the right knee, lowering the body down maybe 4 or 5 inches, maybe 6 if you're feeling strong. Extend your arms out to your side, palms down. Now turn your head right to left for 15 seconds. Stare at one spot. Don't move your head like sort of up or down, like as you're vertically or turning the head. You want to stay sort of in one parallel plane with your vision shouldn't be sort of up and down all over the place. And now switch legs. So stabilize your weight on your left leg. Make sure that you're connecting with the floor on all 4 corners of the left foot. Bend the knee and turn your head. 15 seconds. Terrific. This is hard. This is super hard. Of course, you're already sort of fatigued through your quads because we just did that plyo jack, and now we're making it worse with this sort of single leg squat in combination with the discombobulation of your equilibrium in order to gain some strength in your ancillary muscles in the bottom of your feet. But it's over now. Stand up tall again for me and squeeze those tummy muscles again. Make sure your back is straight. We're going to do a forward lunge with a curtsy today. So you're going to take a big step forward with the right leg, but off to the forward and to the left with the right leg. Bend both knees to 90 degrees, then step back to start, then alternate with the left leg. We'll start 30 seconds now. Keep that breath going. So important for the breath to be stabilized and in control So make sure that you're breathing in. It doesn't really matter if you're breathing in as you go down or come up. Just breathe continuously. Keep your back straight. You've got about 6 seconds left. This is working a little bit of inner thigh along, obviously, with your glutes and your hamstrings, your hip flexors. Total body move. I love curtsy lunges. All right, now we're going back into another squat. Sorry. We're going to do the chair squat again on your toes, just like yesterday. So stand up real tall. Before you go into the squat, make sure that your shoulders are back. Make sure your abs are engaged, your tailbone is tucked in. Shift your weight to your heels. Press your knees together. Your toes are touching. And sit down into the chair squat. Lift your heels. And do a little pulse and come all the way back up. And back down. A little pulse. Up. And back down. Keep it going. It should take about 2 seconds to lower the body all the way down. And get your heels up, then a little pulse, and then 2 seconds to lift back up. Let's go for another 10 seconds. Just hang in there. If you need to forget about the heel motion, that's fine. And if you can't, you think move up and down for the last 3 seconds, just hang here, and good. Okay, now you're down on the floor. Let's do that tabletop. We're going to be in the tabletop position to start. We're going to do a folding tabletop, which is the one we did yesterday. So you're going to get your hands underneath your shoulders. Your feet are on the floor, straight, parallel to each other. Your hips are up high. Now take a deep breath in. As you exhale, rotate the butt up underneath the torsos, and your legs straighten. Your toes come up off the floor. Then lift back up into your tabletop and do one tricep dip by bending the elbows. And back to the tabletop. Back to the folding tabletop, rather. Lower your butt, then back up, and a tricep dip. This is a very hard move, and we've got about 10 seconds left. If you need to just do dips, just do dips. If you need to do just the tabletop, like moving, the folding part, that's fine too. And if you need to just hold the position for the last 3 seconds, you're at the start line, you're at the finish line. You're done. Good. Okay, now lay down on the floor. Legs are straight. Today we're going to do a seesaw crunch. So yesterday we did that straight leg crunch where you hovered, actually I think your hands are behind your head. Today they can either be down beside your body or behind your head, whichever you prefer. You're going to press your lower back in a little bit to the floor, squeeze your tummy muscles, exhale as you lift the torso up. Try to keep your legs on the floor, and then as you lower back down, you lift your legs up. Keep your knees straight. You don't want to bend in the knee. And lower your legs back down and lift the torso and your head up. And reverse. Like a seesaw. I invented that name. I'm actually quite proud of myself for calling it that. It's kind of one of the fun things that I get to do. I'm actually working on this really cool, dynamically generating podcast program that will be a mobile application coming out next year. And hopefully you will be interested enough in checking it out. And so a lot of what I do on my so-called downtime is come up with exercises or variations on exercises, name them and categorize them so that they can fit into this huge database of routines that we're going to be building. So stand up for me. We're going to do a second set. I hope you did okay in that first set. We're going to breeze through everything without pretty much stopping. So it's 6 moves, starting with the jacks again. 30 seconds is going to start in 5 seconds. So get yourself ready. Take a deep breath. You can do this. And go. Plyo jacks in a squat, jumping. Double time. Out and in. Arms up, arms down. Go crazy. Next week I'll introduce you to this fun move that I actually call Crazy Monkey. And we won't do it probably until the end of the week, but it's so much fun. You've got 10 seconds left. Keep it going. I love it. In our boot camps in New York City, everybody always got a kick out of watching that. Okay, now let's do that single leg lighthouse move with the squat. So extend your arms out to your sides, palms down. Now stabilize your weight on your right leg. Shift your weight to kind of covering all 4 corners of the foot. Bend the knee a little bit and turn your head right to left. Almost finished here. Keep breathing. Keep going. Coming up on just 10 minutes. fairly hardcore exercise. Of course, we don't use equipment at InShape Fitness for the most part when we're doing this type of workout. All I want you to do is focus on control of your body, really contracting the muscles in your body. Go ahead and switch legs. You're on your left leg now. Bend the knee. You're in a little bit of a squat, and you're going to turn that head right to left. You are going to get a lot out of the exercises if you can listen to my cues and focus on control. Really, really get yourself in the driver's seat of your own programming, because that is the way that you can get rid of the gym memberships. You can, if you've got a treadmill and you think that you need to use a treadmill, you can ditch that, throw it out on the street, give it to a neighbor that will never use it because you never use it, or whatever. There's so many ways that you can get through life in a healthy fashion without all this added stuff. And that's our focus here. That's our focus at InShape. Now we're going to do these lunges with a curtsy. So let's go. 30 seconds. Hands on your hips, taking that big step out to the front and over to the left with the right leg, and the left leg goes forward and to the right as you alternate legs, keeping your back straight, bending both knees to 90 degrees, feeling that inner thigh work a little bit. You are just over halfway finished with the lunge here. We'll do the chair squat and finish up on the floor. You're doing so great. Hopefully you have a really fun weekend planned. I am going to say I'm going to the beach is reality, and I am going to the beach, but it's going to be really cold. I'm actually just going to visit some friends in Long Island. But I'm very excited to actually get to see the ocean. New York City is not a place where you get to see a lot of cool nature. Central Park is great, but it does have its drawbacks. Okay, chair squat now. So press your knees together. Your feet are touching. Your knees are pressed together. You have one leg. Squat down into the chair squat. Lift your heels. Do a little pulse and stand all the way up. And squat down. Exhale, lift up. Squat down. Heels up. As you come back up, your heels go back down, of course. Squeezing your glutes as you come back up. You feel this in your calves. It's very, very effective. And you've got 3 seconds. You're doing great. You're going to finish up definitely in under 14 minutes. Now we're going to go down to the floor to finish that tabletop move and the seesaw crunch. So position yourself into a tabletop. Your hands are underneath your shoulders, body facing your ceiling. Your toes and heels are in line, feet on the floor, knees bent to 90 degrees so that they make the legs of your table. And do one dip. And then fold the tabletop down by lowering your butt, rotating up underneath your torso, toes coming up off the floor, and then press those toes back into the floor as you return to tabletop. Very, very seriously intense move. And I think I told you probably yesterday, this is one of the 5 Tibetan rites, and I've talked about this several times during the muscle maintenance workouts with InShape, and I'll just mention it quickly again. If you haven't ever seen or you don't know what this is, 5 Tibetan rites, Google it because it's really, really interesting. There are 5 different things that these guys do 21 times every single day of their lives, and I'm just ever so impressed because I try to do the 21 of those every day myself, and it's not easy. I get through it, but it's like, wow, that's intense. Okay. Last thing, seesaw crunch. We're going to finish you up. Lay down on the floor and lift the torso. I yammered on a little bit. Now we're going over 14 minutes. I'm so sorry. Okay. As you lower your body back down, lift the legs up and alternate. Let's go for another 20 seconds. You can do this. Really squeeze those tummy muscles. Again, here's where that control comes into fashion and where you can get so much more if you really focus on the contraction, not just the movement. So there's a difference, right? 5 seconds. You're done. Congratulations. Have a great weekend. InShape-fitness.com is our website, and Facebook/InShapeFitnessNYC is our Facebook community. I'm Kim Watkins from InShape Fitness, and I will see you on Monday with another new series of the Muscle Maintenance Program. I'll see you then. Have a great weekend.